Good morning, beautiful people. Happy new week to you. I hope that the weekend was everything that you needed it to be. And even if it weren't, that's okay. Remember, we're going to move forward in grace and we're going to choose positivity and we're going to choose self love. Okay. The message that I have that I want to share with you that Spirit is guiding me to give you is that you have been sort of in this role for a very long time. You have been the individual in your family, at the workplace, amongst your friends, amongst your associates. You've been the giver. You have been the pleaser. You're the person that checks on everyone to make sure that they're okay. You're the person that deems it necessary to check on folks and help them through their own healing process. You have found yourself in some instances trying to save others where they weren't even willing to save themselves. And Spirit needs you to understand that this new space and cycle and reality that you've entered into is going to require you to get a bit uncomfortable. Because while you have been playing this role of giver and pleaser and healer and savior and just doing all of these things, the issue is that you're not receiving. And in order for you to truly walk into alignment with your highest self, you're going to have to learn how to get comfortable with a healthy balance of your masculine and feminine energy. And I know that can be really difficult. I struggle with that myself. Sometimes wounds come up, you know what I'm saying? Many of you could have experienced or had poor experiences with finances growing up, or poor experiences with resources growing up for whatever reason. And I don't want to go too deeply into that, but I feel like you all know what I'm sort of getting at, collective. You didn't always have an example of what it looks like to receive, okay? You have almost been on the precipice of believing that the only way that you could receive is through earning. And of course, earning is attached very much to doing, and doing is very masculine. Okay, but now this new reality is going to cause you to sit back and receive and to essentially align yourself with people, places, and things that are going to recognize your worth and pour into you. Okay. And I know that can be difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not just about sitting back and receiving, but it's also allowing yourself to ask for help. Okay, because the thing is, you can't do everything by yourself, and you really shouldn't want to. Now, understand, I know someone on the other side of this video is going, well, I ask people for help. I try to sit back and receive, but I'm called lazy, or, they're holding it over my head. Trust me, I've gone through it myself. Okay, and as a result, I became too hyper vigilant in my desire to be independent. And quite frankly, that gets tiring. You deserve to be poured into. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to receive reciprocity. Because the way that you operate, you give with no expectation of receiving on the other end. But that's not what you're receiving from others. They give to you with the expectation of receiving from you. Okay, I'm going to draw a couple cards, you guys, so I can get a little bit of a feel for the energy in this collective. So just bear with me for a second. So sometimes I know that, not just miracles happening, but good things happen to good people. And a lot of that, what you will be receiving, is things that you've already taken into the universe and earned your keep for. You've already earned your keep for. A lot of people think that it's tit for tat and that you have to be essentially doing something to receive something in return. And that is a thought process that is very limiting and that you're going to have to do away with. Sometimes, what looks like a miracle, like I said, is something that you've already manifested. You've already put in the work. So you don't have to earn anything. You just need to be. And that is the beauty in receiving, is that it doesn't come with all these conditions. It's your birthright to receive. So just keep that in mind as you're going forward, collective. I know it can be a very uncomfortable space to be in, especially if you're the one that's always looking out for everyone else, and, you know, being sort of that figure that folks can lean on and folks can look to for resources. It's time for you to sit in the position of receiving, okay? No matter, there's too many cards. No matter what that may look like. But the beautiful thing about receiving is that when you're in that space, you really can begin to create, because you're not always thinking that you have to go at this alone. Yeah, there's major change in the horizon, and this is one of them. This is one of the key changes, is that you are going to find a healthy balance between utilizing your masculine and your feminine energies. And much of that is going to require that you remove these old doubts and limitations that you've been sort of working and leaning upon for a very long time. You know, when cycles come to a close, those are the things that you kind of have to leave behind. And it's sad, because I know that I'm sending you guys a lot of love. I know that, like I said, this can come from old trauma, old wounds, you know, old sort of self-limiting doubts, and even a bit of imposter syndrome, you know? So someone else tells you, a friend or what have you, that they have received a check in the mail for $15,000. They don't know what they did to earn it. They don't know why they're receiving it, but they're just blessed to receive it. You're going to have to also find a way to get comfortable in that energy and in that space, because the blessings that are coming your way, the abundance that is here for you, okay, is not going to require you to do, but to sit back and receive. All right. You could be seeing a lot of 8s. Okay, 8s, 9s, and 10s, some 12s. All right, 8:29 on my clock as I'm recording this message. Okay, that could be significant to some of you guys. Look up that number. It could have some significance, that angel number. Also, get your mindset right. This new reality is going to require that you leave behind sort of old thought processes that you've carried, that you start your day with, that you know, kind of envision as who you are as a collective. That's no longer the case. All right. So as you navigate forward, as you go through your week, as you continue to walk into your new reality, understand that you are divinely protected. These gifts that you'll be receiving are divinely orchestrated. And there's nothing that you have to do to earn them. It is your birthright to sit back in this energy. Okay? And I know that you can do this. I know that you've got the prowess to make the shift, because you deserve it. All right? Drop me a line in the comments if you have any questions pertaining to this particular video. Understand that if it came across your timeline, it's been divinely orchestrated for you to receive. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful day.